Okay, come on in, guys. Who the fuck is this guy?
Oh, hey, Soze.
Jesus Christ, you scared the shit out of me.
Sorry.
Hey, Barry, how you been?
I've been all right. Look, I mean, probably better than you, man. I'm sorry to hear what happened.
Hold up a second. Hold up a second. Hey, Barry, can you just go outside with Boston for a second? I just want to talk to these two guys. 1 minute, just 1 minute.
Yeah, sure. All right.
You guys IA or just that cocksucker?
Just that guy.
Okay, just
He's
making
only
sure.
IA.
Yeah, I talked
right,
about this in the past.
Don't tell him nothing about the shit we do, because I know some really fucked up shit. I've killed a few people in my time, though I do plant the gun on them, so we should be okay.
You too. You too.
Oh, yeah, plenty of people.
Hey, Soze.
Yeah.
Between us three, go to evidence locker 299.12345678890. Right? And there's a retirement fund. They ever out?
Hey,
Barry,
sir.
go back. Barry, we're not done yet. Barry, we're not done
I just want to
yet.
let you know that this. Okay, well,
What?
What's up, Barry?
this place doesn't have a sound
It's
installation.
okay. That's cool. That's okay.
Yes,
Yes,
yes. All right,
Fucking guy.
you guys can come on in. It's fine. Come on in, guys.
Hey,
Oh,
between us
okay.
three, that's a
Okay.
retirement fund. Then they try
Okay.
to oust any of us. Hey,
We're
we're
going
walking
to
down the
fucking
sunset.
You can buy a
Tahiti.
tuner car with
Yeah,
that
that's
money.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, Barry, switch sides with me.
Anyways, listen. There's been some things that are being brought to the table here and there. Some dramas going on in the police
A lot of
department.
drama. A lot of
What
drama.
the fuck is
Tell me
going
about
on?
it.
Who wants to say what? Go ahead and just fucking say it. Get it all out there.
Sounded like there's mass exodus right into the LSPD.
The
Everybody's leaving.
LSPD is going through some evolution and a bit of bleeding. We're getting rid of the people that do not belong there. The traitors. The people that are not loyal to the LSPD. That's all.
Okay.
Bit
I
of
mean,
a
what is it
shuffle
they're trying to
going
do
around.
exactly? What's happening?
Coup.
Well, so
Is he
yeah,
a
they're trying to
baby
do a
or
coup.
there's an actual coup?
No, he started.
Oh.
They're trying to start a coup.
I thought he was cuckooing or whatever it is. What the babies
So
do.
some believe a
I'll
coup
do whatever
is
you need me to,
needed,
Soze.
to galvanize the PD.
Okay, galvanize the PD.
Yeah, some
Speak
people see it as a galvanize-
English, motherfucker, please.
All right, some people are trying to basically light a fire under my ass and other people in the LSPD. by
Okay, you're still
pushing for an
speaking in
election.
metaphors and bullshit. Just what the fuck are they doing, Bass? Tell me
They're not
what
happy
they're
with me.
doing.
Would you like
Okay.
me to explain for you, Bass?
Yeah, go ahead.
Essentially, what happened was they weren't happy with the decision Bass had made for the the LSPD, and they decided that they wanted to request an enactment of a vote for chief of police to push Bass out of office.
Okay. What was the thing that they didn't like, by the way?
I signed a deal with Cerberus.
Ya Kharabi. Oh my god. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
It's a deal for weapon manufacturing and supplying reinforced armor. You know, potential new opportunities for the PD, something we can use against criminals.
Okay. I
didn't
mean,
consult my high command and command. I just said fuck it. I did it. I signed the contract right away.
how the fuck do you pay for that if you don't get the money for it? Isn't the government meant to pay for that shit?
Absolutely. The state and the mayor is on it. Apparently, they signed the contract and worked with them. So.
Oh, okay. I mean, it isn't really your fault then, is it? If you get why though would your police department be against you getting better arms and materials in America?
Well, it's the way I went about it. Apparently, the fact that I said, "Hey guys, I'll consult you," and then I didn't consult them, and I still signed the contract. They took that as a sign of disrespect that I did not communicate with them. So it took a massive umbrage to it and started this revolution.
What's more disrespectful, somebody that is the commanding their officers, or the people under them refuting their commander?
If I may, Bass. The thing with this is that, excuse me, the contract was more of the straw that broke the camel's back. They kept complaining about several different things. A lot of it I can't speak on because I don't know the details, but this is kind of like pent up aggression that's just kind of overspilled and exploded, is what everybody else is saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely interested to hear more of it if there's other dramas. You know, I was under the impression of, a couple of months back we were talking about just decimating all the police departments and starting over. It'd be a great idea to do that, to be honest, because I feel like every department has a few pieces of shit in it, apart from the state police officers, of course. Where you guys could, maybe benefit from, a fresh slate or something like that.
Yeah,
Are
I mean,
you-
honestly,
you-
I support it at this point because I'm already bleeding. So fuck it.
Are you talking about like like how he did at the beginning of the economic collapse, where everybody just went down to like seniors and and went up from there?
Well, not so much that. More so, there'd be a pool of people that are put in their departments. We would reinstate the command members. More than likely, it'd be the same people that are high command, that is. And they just recruit to their department. Because the thing is, right now, it wouldn't necessarily change who is where in command structure. If you're in good ties with your commanding officer, then you probably just be put straight back there. But the thing is, from my understanding, multiple departments have recruited into their department based off needing numbers rather than needing that person, if that makes sense. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. We got too many cops, and we've been focusing on quality. We've really slowed down recruiting and start just selectively picking people that actually would fit in that kind of atmosphere and culture we're trying to cultivate.
Okay, so that's not necessarily to say that the police shit or anything like that. I just think from what I've seen with Toretti's department and also the state police and the rangers is when you get to decide who's a part of your organization or department, I feel like the quality's higher. And, if we can do that at this point with everybody, it might be a really good solution to some of the problems we have in the police department, despite of who is, if you're high command or you're fired or whatever the fuck happens. You know what I mean? I think it could be healthy overall.
I agree, actually.
Absolutely.
May I ask a question? Are you saying that we're gonna go back to old school PD where like it's gonna be harder and not strict to get into, but like not everybody and their mom can just get into PD again?
Okay, so
is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is we should be picking out quality over quantity at this point. We're in a state that I don't believe we need 5 million police officers when, there was an issue. We didn't have S-classes. We had limited bikes. We had limited numbers. But I don't think that's the case anymore. I think we've got good numbers to respond to things. Maybe in the afternoon it still gets a little, short. But overall, I think a quality over quantity is a much better outlook for us. And, if we have to, cut down on passes for people to get on the train or whatnot, so be it. I feel like that's definitely the route we should consider doing.
Thank fucking God, bro.
I'm down for that
thank
deal.
you. Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
So am I.
I am so down for this.
This has been something that, we did discuss months ago with High Command, and a lot of High Command were okay and understanding, and they thought it was also a good idea. It's just,
what we're lacking was the tools at the time to actually pull through with it, to actually pull the trigger.
That, and we've I myself have been pretty busy doing other things. I had to go to Tahiti because there was a few guys over there. So, it is what it is. I wasn't here. Some things are slow. Just because we talk about something doesn't mean it has to happen straight away. The idea can still come to fruition later, and we go from there.
Yeah, thought, basically, right?
Yes. I feel like that's something we should discuss. But one thing I'm confused with is why is it you, Bass, or the rejects in the sheriff's department think they have any say over what happens in the Rangers, who are the state police?
Oh, don't you remember our talk we had when you give me a reign to overlook the Rangers and promote Fortune as the lead?
Yeah,
I thought I had the authority.
So listen, you do have the authority to allow him to get promoted at that point, but they're still the state police, right? They're the state park rangers for a reason. So there's a reason they have a 2 number in their call sign, because they're a part of my department. So if he was to take another step forward to, well, not him in particular, but if they, I've had talks with some of the people here, and if they were to want to be more separate and have their own structure, the only thing I see in that is a positive. But I feel like it would have to go through the same process we've done with other departments, which is a voting system. Someone would be elected, and they could be the captain, or we could have multiple captains, but they would still fall under me, since I'd be the high command and they're a part of the state police, if that makes sense.
Right. You'd be the high command. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. All right.
Okay. I mean, I don't see what the big fucking deal is with people getting promoted to high command in a different department. You know, Clarkson might be the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. You know, he's probably, you know, thinking about some weird shit right now, not even listening to us. But
I am.
the access he gets from this is literally just another conversation on Discord. Who gives a shit, right? What does he actually gain? The only thing he gains is more power in his department. Nowhere else. Nothing changes. But
I guess that concept is difficult for others. I don't understand.
I was pushing for it because the Rangers for a long time have been stepped on and never looked as far as representation, and they've had a lot of issues. And I think having a high commanding member would actually. I
think we should do like every other department. I think if we have a couple of them that can be promoted to captain, they still not going to be. They have to be under me and Tony though. Like we are still the the quote unquote chief of the state police, if that makes sense. So they would have input and more control over their department. But I think if we do that, all departments should go in this manner where, like I said earlier, they can recruit for their department, you can recruit for yours, sheriffs recruit for theirs, and if we were to do the system in which we were to say, hey, you know, we're wiping the police, but whoever they recruit back can stay. I feel like it's departments like Toretti's or like the Rangers or like us that wouldn't change. You know, I'm confident in my members in my police department, as I'm sure they are. And you know, Toretti seems to be the same. A small group, but it's competent. It's the quality that matters. And I think if we could all go that route, you know, now's probably just a good time to do it. Maybe we just take the Band-Aid off and see what we can do.
Hell yeah, I'm all about it.
All about it. Well,
I mean, if that is the case, it's still obviously, you know, I did chat with High Command about this months ago, like I said, and they were all sort of in agreement with how it would go down. The reality is, I don't think much would change. A lot of people would probably be left on the sideline. But what we need to work out is the process in which we would be hiring to our department. So there would be a police department of like recruits or free agents, whatever the fuck they're going to be. They'd just be officers, and then you guys could recruit from that pool into your departments, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we could come up with
the way we had it now
so
was for Rangers, like they have to be senior officer or senior deputy plus, and then they have to be recommended to me by either Ziggy or Tessa.
Okay, well that's going to be completely different because what's going to happen is people can join the unified police department, whatever the fuck we want to call it, and they are just an officer empowered by the state. We can train them and shit like that. That have a completely different uniform, and these guys can only come around in certain areas where we need them, but would have less of a priority over, you know, officers that have been around for a while. You know, you guys, you should be on duty before them, if that makes sense. How we do that system exactly would be you know, subject to what we need to discuss. But I feel like it would also help with our recruitment of people in U.S. hours that say they want to do AU hours but don't because, you know, they want to be in on the main cycle of things. I mean, I'm interested to hear, you know, you other guys' feelings on that. What's your name again? Brittle or something?
Barry Lance
Brittle,
and Bison.
Brittle,
No.
Bison. You guys have any input on what I've just said?
On the generalized like UPD pool, and then we pick from it as we go.
Well, yeah, every department having the same choice that we as state police or the Rangers have had.
Would this election, the election that you're talking about, would that happen frequently? I mean, because I think for us, we pushed Clarkson's name forward, and I know that there might have been some pushback on that, but the truth in the matter is, like, the people that were the next runners up, like, don't want anything to do with it, you know, and that kind of leaves us between a rock and a hard place. It's like
the election, I think he said it would only be within the Rangers, or what would it be within?
It depends on what we do. I think if you guys want to just, if you people are comfortable with designating a couple of people that you want to be at the top, like I said, you still be under us, and we could have our own structure, I guess, because I'm still wanting to build out the troopers myself and make it a more defined department, more people and shit like that. So it's up to you guys what you want to do. I believe if you guys can sort it out between yourselves, 2 people that you want to essentially run the ranges. Obviously, you would bypass me or Tony. Tony's not really around, so you could just chat to me. And you run your own department, essentially. You just do whatever the fuck you want with it. I don't give a shit. Okay?
Yeah.
I've always sort of, I've been confused that, like, the departments intertwine so much, but I can see it as a problem of us as high command. We had issues where we needed numbers. I don't think we need that anymore. So you guys having more freedoms with your departments, I think, is a much better option. So
okay. I have a question real quick. What about the trooper ranks? Because there's been a lot of confusion about trooper ranks as well. And I think somebody said that you were like looking into that or like
the only person that is a trooper that's been added was the guy that walks funny with his pole up his ass. What's that guy's name?
Underwood.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
The other guys are trooper officers. Like, listen, I'd love to see these guys more focused on chases and having the respect that they deserve, because I think they're good. They're good at organizing people. They're good at organizing chases, making sure people are in the right spot. If you see a trooper car, it's just the same deal. I think you should respect it. But at the end of the day, they ain't ranking above you. So if these guys are doing some dumb shit, you can talk to me and I'll see if it's worthy of reprimand.
Okay.
Are we okay to talk to like Snow or Copper as well? Because I had an incident with a trooper officer the other day, and I talked to Snow about it, I think yesterday, and I didn't know like how that worked out. Like if we should go to him or you or.
It's fine. I mean, honestly, we probably need a system in place for where this is looked over, and this is why I say I think we need if you guys at the Rangers were in like a HC-ish type environment where you could communicate with us better, it would make a lot of this easier, especially for me. So,
I have a question: are troopers corporals or what are they?
What is the chain of command equivalent?
A trooper.
There's so much confusion.
Is a sergeant right now, I believe. That's what.
We need to change the SOPs then. I've been getting told for over a year that they're a corporal equivalent.
Yeah, we'll change that.
I mean, if they are, it's irrelevant at this point. Like I said, I think I think the SOPs should be the structure in which your department works with ours, not the ranking, because my department is not going to get reprimanded by your department, and I think that's something we need to do with all departments, if that makes sense.
There was an issue. There was an issue the other day where a deputy showed insubordination towards AJ Hunter, and AJ Hunter had went to that department's lead or like a command member at that time, and told AJ to kick rocks basically. So then I handled it and suspended the person for 24 hours. But there was just a lot of confusion on what we can or we can't do. And then the SOPs happened with like the LT can only strike now, I guess, and then anything above that can.
Like I said, I think SOPs between departments is what we need to redefine, and if there's issues with cross department things, maybe it's worth talking to me about something like that. If people want to have conflictions, I just need the evidence smacked on the table, and I'll look at it and I can do something. Or you can pass it on to IA. See if it's a fair and balanced dispute. If not,
yeah, Barry's right there. Look at that.
IA is here for a reason. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you're the high command. It doesn't matter if you're an officer. If something is being abused, you can pass it on to them, and if it happens often, we can. They should be able to do something, right? I thought AI died, honestly. But
there was some
confusion about IA, actually. Sorry. I want to ask him.
Yeah, I was just to bring that
up.
When
IA first was introduced, we talked about it. We had a meeting about this a long time ago. The whole sole reason behind it was for civilian complaints. Now, do you want IA to kind of expand more and look into officer complaints within officers, like an officer on an officer kind of thing, or keep it only to civilians are coming in?
I mean, I'd be okay if we're gonna have multiple departments. I think the IA thing becoming for officers as well would be an okay thing. But maybe it's something we tread lightly at the moment. We should focus on the structure changes we've talked about and whatnot before we go balls deep.
All right.
So if I may, my only concern with the structure stuff is like we'd have to figure out a way to how do I want to word this? If we're gonna have like a generalized UPD pool that people can be hired to with a different uniform and everything, and then each individual like PBSO, SDSO, whatever can hire from that pool, then we'll just have to figure out a group of people that will be there to train, that are like dedicated to be there to train.
It'll be the same system. It'll be the same system. They recruit through the same system. Anybody can recruit them to that initial department, and then they get recruited from that to another department. So we don't need to change how all the dynamics and shit work. That's just overdoing it. But what this does is let us instead of them being like, okay, they passed the tests, let's just let them in. They pass their papers, but if they don't pass their hey, I want you in my department test, they don't just get fucking put in the department. You know what I mean?
So if it's like, so that way they're not feeling like they're stuck with them, or they don't feel like they're a good fit for the department kind of thing. They're just like, no, we don't want you anymore. I got you. Okay.
Well, they're not going to get fired necessarily, but they will be on that department in which they could probably do some work with, whatever the fuck they want when there's not enough numbers or whatever. But
exactly. No, it's not too hard to figure out.
I want you guys to have a uniform that you can represent and people can represent for you that is a reflection of you rather than a reflection of what the city think it needs or something like that, if that makes sense. So
fucking agreed. Okay, I had just one last question about the ranger thing. So do you want me and Ziggy and to talk to all the rangers and then come up with like a vote on a couple of people, or how do you want to?
The way I see it is you're a part of the state police. If you want a ranking structure added, I'm gonna need to do the same with my the troopers and whatnot. If you could even talk to them and just see if you guys can work out a ranking structure within the state police that will be fitting for all of you. Because I do want the state police as a whole department to go.
Where troopers and rangers be together.
Well, I mean, we technically are the state police, right?
Right.
But I want the departments fleshed out a little more, and if we can work it together that way, that will be a better way of doing it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk to the troopers, and then I guess we'll talk amongst ourselves first, and then we'll talk to the troopers and propose an idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, it's really only Snow and whatnot you'll need to talk to. Yeah, and
a couple others.
Yeah. Hey, Dre, you here? He's not here. I don't know where the fuck he is.
He was here 2 days ago.
Hey, Dre! On duty yesterday.
Hey, Dre, you here? No, he's not. I don't know where he is.
Just for clarification, then, for clarification for Clarkson, or whoever we put in that position, then we would be our own separate deal, and we wouldn't have to go to anybody else, correct? Like we would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, you'd still have to bypass me if it's something drastic. But if you guys want to change your fucking ranks, SOPs, whatever the fuck you want to do that shit. If
we're not going to be like overridden by say Toretti wants to come in and do some shit.
Toretti can go and fuck himself. Honestly.
Okay. Well, one question. Now, is this higher position?
Toretti only got promoted because he gave hand jobs to Francis on the freeway. That's what Francis told me.
Soze is the
he
higher. He
slotted his way to his position.
Dumb fuck.
Sorry.
Sorry. Is this higher rank captain or what's
Holy shit?
Well, that would be right under himself and Andrews.
That's what we can suggest. If you guys want to have your own ranking names, I don't know, fucking Wardens.
And how many people would you like in this position? Like 2, you said?
You guys suggest. You guys work it out. You guys talk it over. What you think is going to make it work better? Because you probably got to want time zone shit like that, right? You probably don't want just one person
right
there. So you guys have a discussion. Try and work out what you want with it, and then we can put it on the table, see what we want to do.
Sounds good. I
mean, at the end of the day, what's the fucking worst you guys could fucking do? I know, Jesus Christ. We got Bass over here's fucking drown people. Fucking, I've had coppers setting people on fire in the fucking police in the prison cells. What could possibly be worse than what's already happened? Okay, I absolutely have no idea.
Right. Thank you so much, Soze.
Sometimes gonna break it, to make it work.
I think a lot of people are hesitant to just like I don't know. Who gives a fuck? This shit's all fucking all good for me. So yeah, let's just get some proposals. You guys, we can go from there and see what happens.
All right. What's the ETA on like that whole UPD shit that you were just talking about?
I mean, that's
or like, is that something like?
It's sort of irrelevant when that happens. You guys, you guys can push forward for that. I think that's going to be more of a conversation with Bass and Pratt and
all that.
not so much Toretti because he's already doing
ready.
that. But
I mean,
yeah,
we have the SOPs and everything lined up from last time. Like I said, we had everything lined up except the tools that was needed at the time. So we can pull the trigger whenever you're ready.
well, it's going to be you and Pratt that need to be okay with that. That's the thing because you guys are the ones that have the departments filled with fucking whoever the fuck just wanted to join at this point, right? I don't know if the other departments are like that. So
okay, so this would be the LSP and the Bay and the SDSO would be fine since they actually have had their own thing in the past. They're good, right?
I mean, it's up to them. They can start over if they want to. I'm not going to deal with the troopers. I think everyone's where I want them to be. And if the Rangers want to do it, they can do that too. But like I said, they're probably in the same boat.
All right. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, Soze. Well, appreciate this conversation.
Shut the fuck up.
It's me.
You guys even caught any poachers lately?
We have actually.
Oh, okay.
Tell him, Barry.
Well, I mean, truth be told, things up north are a little slow. I think a lot of things up there kind of got hit with a big old Nerf gun. So, like, not a lot of people are doing a lot of shit up there. So it's kind of fucked us over.
Oh, okay.
What Barry means to say,
you guys,
we're doing our job.
You guys
No, I'm
ever?
saying we don't have much of a job in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen what park rangers do. They walk down dirt tracks and find a bit of litter and then write someone a fucking
We did
citation.
have this dog thing going on, but I don't think that's a thing anymore.
No.
Barry, stop
Nope.
talking, please. You're making us look bad.
Yes, sir.
Fucking something.
Well, what dog thing?
Yeah, so
Shouldn't you guys training dogs or something?
no, no,
Yeah,
not,
lots of canine training,
Ro-
Conan. Lots
yeah,
of canine
training. We're
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, either way, you guys can come up with your shitty ideas. I don't know why you got to run it past other assholes. If you want to do shit, just do shit. Who gives a fuck?
Thank you so
Alright.
much.
Well,
Yeah,
to be fair,
yeah.
Fucking God, finally.
Look, Bass did reach out for us, so.
Oh, actually,
Thanks for
one
doing
thing. A couple of years ago, up at the weed fields, we had suspects who we thought were the lean boys fucking the cows up there. You ever catch them?
Lean boys?
Yeah, Clarkson.
Yeah.
Fucking the cows?
Yeah, you see what happened was we put a bolo out for Al Sab, but the guy doesn't fucking. I think he's in like Kyle Perico or something. We haven't seen him. In
Oh, he went missing.
Yeah.
Ain't that
Playing
convenient?
Buddha
How
gets
sad
arrested.
goes missing when we start
Yeah.
looking into the cow
I mean,
fuckers.
we just saw Tony Corleone get arrested by fucking 2 cadets, and Buddha. Don't even get me started on him. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Got no
I
brain
thought
on
it was going to be Al Sab, if anybody, so it makes sense. He definitely looked like a cow fucker.
They roll with these schmucks. There's this one Russian schmuck, Ray Romanov. Dude's a fucking weirdo, bro. Honestly, fucking. They really downgraded. So they've really downgraded.
Okay, that sounds fucking splendid. All right, well, you guys go have your fucking conversation at some point. Don't rush it.
All
Make
right.
sure you're all in on it, and you can go from there.
Yeah. Gotcha, brother.
Can you maybe for me, Soze? Because I'm thinking about going to bed.
I mean, it's up to you. If there ain't nothing you need to ask about, you can go
I
and
can't get
have a
through the fucking
snooze,
door.
I guess.
I'm all for that idea. The idea to kind of just bring back everybody to a pool and then start again. I think for the LSPD, when I first got it, I inherited something that was not really, my vision. Was a lot of people were part of it, so it'd be nice to give me a chance.
I think
to
that's
start
yeah.
fresh.
I think there's a lot of in-house dramas in some of the police departments because they don't really get to choose who's in the department. So maybe that can help, and who knows? Maybe we need another police department to police the West Side. Who knows? We'll talk with the government if there's any issues and see if we need more chiefs of police in other areas. But just remember, if you do happen to get overthrown, you can always come be a trooper if you want. I don't want any of the bad police to come over though, so you're gonna have to fire the rest of them.
Ooh.
I was gonna say you don't get to pick your fellow officers, Bass, but we troopers we do.
All right.
Oh yeah,
okay.
the only reason this
Okay.
asshole's a cop is because he gave me a dog, by the way.
Yeah, I did that too. That's true. I gave Andrews a
One way
dog
to get
too.
it.
His name is Coil. Stupid name.
Yeah. weird
Anyway,
fucking name.
Bass, you're earmarked by the way for this department. Once you're no longer needed, make sure you got your uniform pressed and ready.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'll try to bring up the talks again so we can be on the same page. Push for these SOPs. Have clear and concise guidelines and article clothing for these unified police departments that can be labeled differently, and everyone knows what they're doing, and then go from there.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, maybe. I'm down to have a conversation with you and Pred at some point if you want to try organize sometime. I'm usually, around morning-ish, like, I don't know, 8 hours ago. Could be okay if you guys are around.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'll make it done.
Well, if we're ready to do it, let's fucking get the board rolling.
All right. Yeah. I'll get something going. Have a good night.
Good night. Man, I hate those guys.
Peasants. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go pay for sex.
Okay, good job. I hope he's hot.
Hey, Bison. Bison, I'm gonna go pay for sex. Are you coming or not?
Be there in a minute.
Wait, you guys got to pay each other?
Well, I mean, it's on him. That's the way I take him and he pays.